So for me, my parents have always kind of driven the point home about how important it is to portray yourself in a good light on social media. For me, like that kind of meant that ever since I've been growing up, my parents have followed me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and they've made sure that everything that I'm posting is appropriate and professional. So I kind of knew that.
So I remember when this event happened. I was a freshman in high school and I was pretty good friends with Alex, and also like her sister's my best friend. So I like heard a lot about like how like what happened with like the police getting involved and um like the school getting involved, and it was like actually one of my brother's friends who had made the tweet, so I kind of knew like a decent amount about like what was going on, and it was like kind of like scary in two different ways. Um like my not only like Alex but also Sydney were getting like threats from people online, like death threats. Like people found like their address, like what country club like Alex golfed at, like all this stuff, and it was kind of insane. And like it's terrifying. They both had to like deactivate like all their accounts and stuff, and like
But freshman year, when someone had tweeted off of Alex Church's phone, they tweeted something discriminatory, and we had to have an assembly about it.
it just shows how much like people like will react to things that you post online regardless of like knowing um the origin of it. Like obviously Alex didn't tweet that and she didn't mean that, and like it was like extremely racist and um disrespectful. So it's not really, it just goes to show like what you say online can and does have consequences, and they can be very serious in certain situations.
From that point forward, it was even more like ingrained in my brain that yes, it's important to portray yourself for things like future jobs and future employers, but also because the way that other people see you can lead to things like all of the hate messages that Alex received and how quickly it blew up. So for me, hearing what happened was now stays as a constant reminder of before I post, before I like, before I retweet, whatever, I'll always, think for a second, wait a second, and see how that could be viewed by someone else or how that could affect someone else and like what that meant to someone else because of what I was doing.